Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show today. I'm out here in the dog pen with mine and Cornbread's new squirrel dog, Wendy. She's a fine dog. I took her this morning. Killed 2 squirrels. But we did a video about a year ago, and we talked about my top 5 favorite books, and I think a lot of you guys liked that video. So I wanted to make an updated version of the books that I read in 2024 that were the most impactful to me and that I would highly recommend to you guys if you enjoy reading as much as I do. And if you don't enjoy reading, I think you should start reading anyways, because you're missing out on a lot. I know it's hard to make time for it, especially if you got kids. What a terrible life it sounds like having kids. Never have time to read. If you have kids, how do you have time to read? These are my top 3 favorite books from 2024. And the first one I'm going to start with is just a fun book. This is what you would call a novel. And it's by my favorite author, Louis L'Amour. All right? My grandmother, I've always read Louis L'Amour off of my Kindle, but my grandmother gave me the whole set of Louis L'Amour books, and I have read the Sackett series many times. And out of the Sackett series, my favorite book is Jubal Sackett. All right? This is actually the biggest book out of the whole Sackett series. It takes the longest to read, but it is about one of Barnabas Sackett, which is the main character who begins the whole family story of the Sackett series. Jubal is one of his sons, and it is the story of Jubal's adventures across the continent of the United States. Well, back then it wasn't called that, but he's basically a loner, and he ventures out from his family, and he travels through all of this unexplored territory that we had here on this continent, and he links up with a good Native American friend, and they go a long ways and explore and find stuff and have all these adventures. And I don't know, there's just something that draws me to the character of Jubal Sackett, just his kind of lonesome nature and his desire to go out and explore and see new land. That's one of the things that I think I really crave for, is the opportunity to go explore something that's been unexplored, and we really don't truly have that opportunity now because of technology, and the earth is so populated and pretty much everything's been done and seen and found. But I just love imagining what it would have been like to live, hundreds of years ago, and to be able to go places and see things that no white man had ever seen before. And this book just helps me kind of visualize that and imagine that, and I love imagination. It's fun to me to sit down and think about what that would be like. And this really captures it in story form, I think, in a fun way. I've probably read Jubal Sackett 5 times through. And I'm actually reading it right now for like maybe the 6th time, reading it on my Kindle. So highly recommend the whole Sackett series. If you start in the beginning, this book's going to mean a lot more to you. If you start in the beginning, this is probably the 3rd or 4th book in the series. Hey guys, we're just going to take a quick pause to tell you about our partner at First Phorm. You can check them out at firstphorm.com. They've got all the supplements that you need. They're top quality. It's an amazing company with an amazing mission, and they've been great partners here at 307 Project for a long time. This is Ultra-Formance. It's an endurance formula. I use this on any of my long runs, long bikes, or hikes. Anything I'm going to do over 90 minutes. It gives me some calories, and a lot of other stuff keeps me going and keeps me moving forward. So check it out, Ultra-Formance, firstphorm.com. Thank you, First Phorm, for making this episode possible. The next book I want to share with you guys I have read this now twice through. Probably over the last 3 months, I've read this twice through. And this is by an author named R.C. Sproul. I like R.C. He's got some old stuff on YouTube. He's passed away now, but he's written many, many books. I've read multiple books written by him. Another good one by him is Willing to Believe. I should have brought that out here, actually. But this one right here in particular is called What is Reformed Theology? And this was really my first introduction to Reformed theology and what that actually means. And so R.C. just lays it out in a very clear and logical way. It's easy to read. It's easy to understand. It's broken down into kind of bite-sized segments, which I really, really liked. And essentially the meat of this book right here is on the 5 points of Reformed theology. And R.C. kind of changes them up. Traditionally, the acronym that's used is TULIP. But he kind of breaks it down to the first one: humanity's radical corruption, God's sovereign choice, Christ's purposeful atonement, the Spirit's effective call, and God's preservation of the saints. I have found this Reformed theology and the doctrine of, the doctrine that has been developed by the Reformers, really it's biblical doctrine is all it is. I've found it to be very logical and easy for me to understand, and it really makes sense to me when I think about my own testimony in coming to Christ and what that was really like, and also others, and it just really makes sense to me. And this book will give you a really clear framework to help understand Scripture and the Bible and the doctrines that are in the Bible. And so I highly, highly recommend this. If you've never been exposed to Reformed theology, don't shy away from it. Get into it. You might not agree with all of it, and I would say even there are parts of it that I probably don't understand completely or agree with. But this has been a game changer for me in my faith. So check it out. I love it. Anything from RC's good. And the last one I want to share with you is from another old school author. Man, it seems like all the legendary writers, were a long time ago. People just don't write books like they used to write books. And this guy, his name is A.W. Tozer. He's written many, many books. He's also passed away now. But this particular book is called The Knowledge of the Holy. And in this book, A.W. Tozer goes through what he calls the attributes of God. And this book is all about helping us have a better understanding of who God is, right? God revealed things about himself to us through Scripture. And it's really, for me, impactful to study those attributes that we can understand and that have been revealed to us about our Father in heaven. And so he goes through things like the fact that God is self-existent. He's self-sufficient. He's eternal. He's infinite. He's omniscient. He's all-powerful. He goes through the attributes of justice, mercy, grace, love, holiness, sovereignty. And it really helps to know what you can know about who God is, because it's going to help you understand the Bible better as you read through it. So, really small book right here. I've read this 2 or 3 times. I mean, you can easily read it in a week. And again, it's The Knowledge of the Holy by A.W. Tozer. He starts and ends every chapter with a poem or a prayer. It's been super impactful to me. So, go get this. And I promise you, it's not a waste of time. Neither 3 of these books are going to be a waste of time. You're going to have fun with this one. You're going to be exposed to some really challenging things with this one. And you're going to really reflect on how powerful our Father in heaven is with this one. So, all three good things. I love you guys. If you got anything out of this episode, drop me a comment. Let me know if you've read one of these. Or let me know if you have any recommendations for other people who are watching this for good books to read. Because I know I'm always looking for something. So, I appreciate you guys that tune in and comment and share and add to the conversation. We'll see you guys next time. Nuff said.